Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the king of Lethwei, Dave Leduc. Dave, always good to see you, man. There's always something going on with you. You've been very busy planning MFC2. I saw the latest clip that you shared on your Instagram. We have Mike Perry talking about Lethwei on Joe Rogan. Always good to hear people talking about the sport, get a bit of buzz for this sport that me and you both love. What was your response to that?
Yeah, I saw the call out on Joe Rogan. To be honest, I respect that he did it. Very he did it respectfully. So that's I respect him for that. Do I think that he's a good fighter? Yes, I think he did some great things at BKFC. Obviously, he's not champion for nothing. Do I think that I would win? Absolutely. I think I would completely dismantle him. First of all, I accept his challenge. I think he, with no gloves, headbutts allowed. I think he doesn't know what he's getting into. Which I like his excitement. He wants the challenge. Well, again, if he wants it, I'm ready. I've been looking for a retirement fight, and honestly, this would be obviously the fans wants it. I've been receiving a lot of messages about this. I think it would be very, very hard for him to enter, which I think that's the only place where we can do some damage if he enters the pocket, the inside game. And inside, I would be too much for him with all the weapons, the headbutts, the elbows, and on the outside, I would keep him at bay as I wish. So. Again, I'm just being honest. I think it would be a brutal fight because I do think he has a lot of heart and a lot of grit. He's not champion at BKFC for nothing. I like the idea of that matchup because he's he likes to be bloody, and that's what Lethwei is all about. So it would be crazy. What's interesting is that I had a talk with David Feldman a couple of years ago. He was actually interested in buying the World Lethwei Championship. And so he wanted to do a Lethwei super fight on the promotion. I love BKFC. I think it's a great. I've been keeping my eye on it because of that. I think the deal fell through, but he wanted me to sign for at BKFC, maybe to get a fight with Buckow. Obviously, Buckow did not want it, but now they have a fighter that wants it. Mike is their top dog, and he literally called me on the biggest platform in the world. So let's do it. Yeah, the ball's in their camp, to be honest. Like, I've received the other messages, people want it. So do I think that it would be a good fight? Yeah. Do I think that it would be like what he did to Rockhold? No, I think it's a different game. He broke his teeth. He did all this. It's just yeah. I don't like part of it's just interesting. Anyway. So I think Lethwei super fight at BKFC would bring a lot of eyes on at the promotion. I think they're doing amazing thing. Giving that little twist for a super fight. My retirement fight. I have a lot of followers. Mike has a lot of followers. I think a lot of fans would be interested in to see this clash of styles. And what the cool thing is that it wouldn't affect Mike's BKFC record. So I'm all for it. I'm it just needs to be worth my while. If I'm going to do a fight camp, I'm gonna train hard for this and go stateside. It has to be worth my time. But I know they have great a great promotion. So let's go. The ball's in their camp.
Do you see this as a one-off? Like the UFC kind of did the BMF title, though they're doing it again now. Or like, is this an opportunity for Lethwei to get more recognition in the West? If, for example, a promotion as big as BKFC put a belt on the line, you versus Mike Perry, a Lethwei title, could that ever happen, or am I just dreaming?
It would be. That's a good question. It could be like maybe it would be a Lethwei title. It would be like the bloodlust title, like the bloodshed title, because like Bare-knuckle fighting meets Lethwei fighting. That's interesting, and I think if they did it in UFC, why not do it in BKFC? So this kind of symbolic, the real baddest motherfucker. Like literally, the thing is, I was actually there at the fight. Joe Rogan gave me some tickets after I went on the podcast. I was there in Madison Square Garden.
I was there too.
And yeah, we met each other exactly. And they stopped the fight after there was a small cut on Nate Diaz, who is full of scar tissue. So like what is that? That's the baddest motherfucker? Like, this is insulting to the name of the belt. So now I know for a fact that, you know, Mike is able to bleed. He doesn't care, and the promotion itself doesn't stop fight for stupid things. Like in Lethwei, they let it bleed. So, you know, that could be a good angle to make the real baddest motherfucker, the real bloodshed belt. And I didn't think about that, and that's good.
Since we're on the topic, I have to ask you, you know, aside from yourself, who is the guy in combat sports who carries your respect more than anybody, whether it's UFC, bkfc? Who is the real baddest in your eyes?
Well, Elon Musk. I don't know. I don't know which guy. Okay, give me a sec. Well, the question, you know, hmm.
Nobody springs to mind right now.
Well, I do have a thing. It's just it's not the mainstream people the answer that people.
I know you know people like Mark Coleman and Bas Rutten. I guess those guys kind of qualify, right?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like active. I was gonna ask you, is it active? So if we're talking about back in the golden era, I would say Bas Rutten, Mark Coleman. If we're talking, let's say in Lethwei, I like Solin Ho. He's you know, if you people never saw him, they should Google him and YouTube him. Great, crazy fights, a lot of headbutt KOs against, you know, Muay Thai champions. So yeah, that's my three picks.
One thing that's interesting about Mike is like, yeah, his last win beating a former UFC middleweight champion and a guy who's much taller than him and who's fought his career at middleweight, right, in Luke Rockhold, and actually fought a light heavyweight. So were you impressed with that? And does that make the fight more interesting to you, that Mike proves that he can beat a much taller opponent like Luke Rockhold?
Yeah, we saw that he's able to fight taller opponents, and against another proof that, you know, height doesn't matter when it comes to striking. You know, even in you know, my coach is actually 5'8" or 5'9", and he's the strongest sparring partner I ever had. So, you know, it's all about like how you close the distance, how you're able to enter, close the distance fast. So I do think that, you know, Rockhold is a great athlete, but it takes a certain different heart, a different grit. I think maybe he was a bit too soft for bare-knuckle boxing. It takes a little bit like Mike Beer is the perfect style for that. So that's why I gladly accept this challenge. You know, for what it can bring, you know, the type of financials it can bring for a mix of both of us. You know, I have you know, a massive platform, and I think with bkfc has a massive platform. So the two combines together, and you know, I want to prove again that like, you know, you don't have to be the biggest guy. You know, I'm quite slender. I'm quite slim, and you know, not as muscular as other guys. Like even I think Rockhold is quite, you know, muscular and everything. It's for me. It's like important for me to show that you can be very slick and very you know, sneaky in your attacks and draw blood without, you know, without getting too much damage. Like for me, going to that fight, I would be like, okay, I want to disfigure Mike without getting damage myself. So, you know, I know what to be, you know, would be aware of when it comes to, let's say we're in a clinch. You know, he's gonna swing, he's gonna try to swing and catch my face. I've had that with many of my fights against the, you know, Tutumin and all these guys that they like to swing. So I know what to do. He's gonna think that he has what it takes. That I want a game opponent that's not gonna back off. But like I said, I know that there's levels to this, and you know, and when I know he likes the idea of headbutts. Cool. But when it's going to be time in the clinch, and I'm gonna do one. Let's see if maybe he's a born Lethwei fighter. Let's go. And again, Feldman wanted to have Lethwei a couple of years ago. So now I like what better than having your champion calling me out to make this happen, to make this a reality before I'm done with fighting. And after that, I don't see any other guys carrying the Lethwei torch and bring that kind of fan base. You know, like I'm reaching about, you know, 2.5 million followers right now. This is more than all of their you know, most of all UFC fighters, you know, and you know, bkfc fighters. So let's make this a big fight. Let's make some big financial. Let me work my while. You know, let's see the money, and we'll will make this one of the biggest pay-per-views in recent times.
I personally love it. I'll absolutely have to be there. It'll be so fun, and yeah, Mike Perry is game, and it'll be a wonderful way for you to sign off. I think it'd be incredible. So you've been busy meanwhile. I mean, if this fight doesn't happen, you got a lot going on, right? MFC 2 on the horizon. What to look out for that one? I'd say the Western audience probably should be aware of somebody like Cole Farrell, who's an absolute monster and a TikTok star to boot. Like, he's always interesting, and Dan as well. So what should the fans be watching out for on MFC 2?
Well, it's funny because Cole actually just came out of his BKFC debut, and he did a knockout there. So he's 11-1 in MMA and 1-0 in BKFC, and that brings a lot of clout. So that's why I love what BKFC is doing. So they have a great marketing machine behind it, and I think it's great. So yeah, we have Cole. He's a sensation right now, social media sensation as well. So it's a lot of people are going to be tuning in for this. He's fighting a game opponent from Latin America, Jorge Garcia, and then we have a Lethwei title fight in the main event. And some guys, people don't really know Ivan Atala as much, as the Europe. He's very famous in Europe, and he's just like, you saw him, like one of our favorite fights in history. All combat sports combined.
100%.
So. Yeah, you loved it, and then he's fighting Artur Saladiak, who's fought Glory, fought all around the world, and it's just going to be a crazy fight in Lethwei for the lightweight world championship. So these two guys are going to bang it out. I actually think this is going to be it's going to be another favorite fight after this. These guys are going to go all out, and it's going to be a lot of blood too. So, Lethwei and MMA, we have a lot of bare-knuckle boxing as well in the main card as well. We have bare-knuckle boxing, K1 with small gloves, pro boxing as well. I know boxing is always interesting to see the new generation. There's a lot of money in boxing, so these guys are solid. I'm excited, and I'll be promoting. So this is kind of something I enjoy doing.
Just remind us where and when can we tune in?
It's going to be on July 8th. It's going to be in 1 p.m. EST, so they can watch it on Fight TV live at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be live from Slovakia.
Fantastic, mate. Good to speak to you. Interested to see how that one pans out, and also intrigued about this Mike Perry fight. Let's see how we go.
Let's see if they want it. I'm ready.
Legend. Respect. Thanks a lot, man. Cheers.